DaVinci Resolve for noobs.
When you're working in DaVinci Resolve, and let's say your project is 16 by 9 and you bring a piece of 16 by 9 footage down into your timeline, it just fills the preview window. If I turn on the transform option right here, you'll see the outline of the actual full footage frame. And because it matches the project setting, it fills the frame. But if you have a project that may be a different aspect ratio, like here I've set up a timeline with a vertical video 9 by 16, and the way the project handles footage that is mismatched can be controlled from your project settings. Maybe I'll have a project that's set to use the vertical resolution so it's horizontal footage. But if I swap over to image scaling, you'll see that for mismatched resolution files, there are 4 different options. Let me show you what each one does. Here is the center crop, no sizing. And if I bring a 16 by 9 piece of footage down into a 9 by 16, it's going to center that footage, but it's not going to stretch it out. It's just going to put it right in the middle and not change that aspect ratio at all. If I were to use the scale full frame with crop, it does something a little bit different. If I bring 16 by 9 footage down in, you'll see it stretches it all the way out so it touches the top and bottom and then centers it. This can be useful for when you're making shorts from 16 by 9 footage, because then you can just move the footage and get the person in frame the way you want. Now the third option is scale the entire image to fit, and what that will do is it's actually going to take the entire image and make sure all of it fits within the preview window. And because it's 16 by 9 inside of a 9 by 16 project, we're going to be left with all of this extra space above and below, but you can see the entire piece of footage in the frame. And the last option is stretch frame to fit all corners. And what that's going to do is it's going to actually stretch and skew this to match all of the corners from the footage to the existing corners of the preview window. Now here it's stretched this all out and it's kind of unusable, but if you do happen to have a project that's maybe just slightly different than the aspect ratio, it can pre-stretch that to fill the screen for you. Now keep in mind, anytime you make a new timeline, you also have the option of choosing not to use the project settings, and you can decide whether or not this should conform to the project, and you can decide what you want this particular timeline to do with mismatched resolution footage.